I could be holding it and you could be like just here, drilling it in. I can hold it from this end, you can hold it from that end, and then just...
Ooh, smiley face. He's in a good mood. He's in a good mood today. Look at that. Absolute thing of beauty. If you're looking for a cost-effective, durable cladding, then this could be the product for you. Hardie plank. I'm going to take you through all the pros and cons when fitting this cladding to this extension. What day are we on here? 8? Day 8. And we're in the neighbour's garden. We need to take the fence panels out so we can do the cladding down the side of the extension. But it's not as easy as it sounds because they've reinforced the fence panels. So they're absolutely they're going to weigh a ton. That's where the football net was. So they must have reinforced the fence panels for the football. So we're going to have to take all that cladding off, take the netting down, just so we can lift these 3 fence panels up. We love it. We bloody love it. Oh, it's falling down for us, look. It's rotten. It's rotten as well. Floppy sausage, look. Oh my days. Come on, let's get cracking. They're all rusty, so I'm probably going to have to replace all the screws as well. So we're all out there. Fence panels are out. He's taking the cladding off from the other day because now we can get to everything. We might as well just go full across if we've got enough panels instead of piecing it up, doing it in little sections. Might as well do it properly now. So we're going to crack on, get all this filled in, get the fence panels back in tonight hopefully. We've got the starter trim on and we've got the top vent on there. We've got the corner detail there as well, all levelled up. So now we can go right the way across with full length, bang on level, no struggling. That's what we want. Crystal clear, boys. Don't worry about your blooming hair as well, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, what are you like? He's got a thing for one at Girls in Bakery. So that's why he's mucking about with his hair. Hold it on that pencil line there. So once you've levelled and fixed all your trims around the edges, this is the most important part to get started on, is levelling that first board. You haven't got a starter trim that the board sits into. There's no channel for it to sit into, so you have to get the top of the board level with the 10mm drop past that bottom trim. The trims are vented as well, so there is an air gap up behind the cladding. We also need to give a 5mm gap at each end of the cladding for expansion. And we need to protect any cut edges from the weather with the paint that is supplied with the cladding. Are you holding your breath? He's holding his breath because it's been a cat litter tray outside of here for fucking I don't know how long. So we've got that first mark, that bottom one's going to be bang on level now on them pencil lines. And then we'll mark up 150 all the way up. And then we don't need that staff, that dodgy staff. I'll show you that dodgy staff later on. We tried a few different methods to make it quick and easy for us, but this is the easiest way. Fix 15mm down from the top of the edge of the board into the batten. And then when you lift the next board up to that 150mm line, you're left with a 30mm overlap every time. Oh my goodness, boys. It's only perfect. You know what I mean? Right, fill her in. So while we're grafting, let's talk about the pros and cons of this product and why we used it. There's not many bad points, but let's start with them first. We used a grinder to cut the cladding to size. This created a hell of a lot of dust with it being a cement-based product. Having said that, there is a cutting tool on the market that cuts the cladding, but if you don't want to splash out, just wear a mask. The only other bad point that I can think of is that it is a nightmare to carry and is definitely a two-man job. We had a few snap on us, but we had plenty spares, so it wasn't the end of the world.
So what are the good points? Well, there's many of them, to be honest with you. The first is the cost. Yes, it is slightly cheaper than the composite cladding. And when you look at the finish, it's just as good. From a distance, you would actually think it is composite cladding. And it is very low maintenance. There's hardly anything you need to do to this cladding apart from give it a quick wipe down. But for any reason, if you do catch the cladding or damage it, you can paint it. So that's a Bobby Dazzler in my eyes. But the main reason why we used it on this job is because it's fire resistant. Because it's a cement board and we're dead close to the boundary, as you can see, it had to be fire rated for building regs, and this passes the test. So not only does it look nice, but it does a proper job. Come on, boys.
Look at that. Absolute thing of beauty. That's just what you want. Nice, neat silicone line with the stick. The magic wand. Absolute Bobby Dazzler. Something nice for cats to look at when they're doing their business down there with fences back on. They don't put the claws in it. The little paws. Don't want them ruining my silicone. My mate's just dabbing any little white bits.
It's actually working.
It is working. We've not got a decent brush, so he's using a bit of batten to touch it up.
And it blends in.
And it does the job, doesn't it, lad? You stick with me, kiddo. You stick with me. Look at that. So it comes with a free tin of paint, this cladding, because it's cement board. And it's easy to scratch. It's easy to mark. So there's little bits and bobs like that. So my mate Brooklyn's going round with his little block of wood, a little bit of paint. He's gonna touch it up, boys. He's gonna touch it right up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this is the little staff that I made. The batten is hooked under the previous board, and then I'm left with the 150 spacing so I can sit the next panel onto the timber. In theory, it was a good idea, but it was just so clumsy to use, so I just gave up in the end.
That's us until the plasterer's bin and the electrician's bin. And to me, it looks an absolute belter. All in anthracite grey. Even the tiles are titanium grey. If you can see that, but if you've been watching my videos, you'll know what that looks like by now. Got the pipe on. We've sealed in around there, around the doors. Nice and cushy. Nice and neat, boys. That's what you want. What do you reckon? Do you want one of these off me? Well, my email address is on there, so if you want to get in touch, I might be fitting one of these for you. The price will be right, don't you worry, kiddo. So if you want to email me, I'll always reply. As long as it's nice and local, we want Chorley, Preston, Leyland, Wigan at a push, Bolton. We'll come and record at your house. Do a proper job. Hey, you'd be good at face painting, wouldn't you, lad?
No.
Should we do it at dinner?
No.
Me and you?
No.
What are you going to be?
Nothing.
What are you going to be, lad?
Potato pie.
Meat and potato pie. You won't need paint for that, you'll have it all over your face anyway when you're eating it. What are you bothered about your hair for?
My hair always has to look right.
Yeah, but there's no one here, there's only me here. Get the bloody cladding, come on! Cushy, we've got that same spacing all the way down. What are you doing, you? You just knocked me level off. What do you mean it weren't you? There is no wind. You were stood right next to it. Can't have anything with you. Well, you owe me a level now.